Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Skull. My name is Joel, and today we are continuing our walkthrough of Dark Souls 3. We left off
Let's
last
speak then.
time, finishing up with the High Wall of Lothric.
Very
Um,
well. Then
we
take
killed
one.
Vort, and now we are, after we level up, which I'm just going to continue to pour into Vigor, which I only have 2 levels, Vigor and Endurance for now.
Farewell.
Uh, we are going to go back to the Undead settlement. So, if you remember before, we went to that lady over there, and we got the small Lothric banner. Uh, if you did it before, good. If you didn't do it, then be sure to go back and get that. But that is going to take us to our next stage. You just walk down to the end of here, press raise banner, and then cutscene. Here we are at the Undead settlement. This bonfire isn't super important, but I like to light it anyways just to have an extra checkpoint. Run over here first and you can grab this and it will be a soul of a large soul of a deserted corpse. So over here, I'm just going to show this. There's a gap there, so obviously you can't get past there. You can see the wyvern, but actually, later in the game, you can get over there. There's a pretty tough enemy over there. One of the best shields in the game, the one I will be using. A couple large titanite shards. Just a couple things. That comes later in the game, though. But it's really cool how it circles around. So, upon getting down here, none of these guys will attack you, but the gate will open and they will release 3 dogs. We'll start attacking these guys. And then he will close the gate again. Well, I think it closes automatically, yes. And these guys, you could save their life. It doesn't do anything for you. I'll just open the switch there in a second, but first I'm going to go backtrack a little bit. Around this corner you're going to find 2 more dogs. Punish them, and Pillatory Mage. You get some alluring skulls. Not too useful in my opinion, but they can be used in the Deacons of the Deep, for instance.
Please, grant me death. Undo my shackles.
Yes, and here we have Lore? Something of Londo.
Oh, then it's true. A champion of Ash as I live and breathe. To be in your presence is a great honor. I am Njol of Londo, a pilgrim as you can see, only somehow I failed to die as was ordained. Well, perhaps my calling lies elsewhere. Say, champion of Ash, how does the idea of taking me into your service strike you? I was once a sorcerer. Surely I can be of use. Oh, I am honored, truly. I should be dead, yet you have granted me purpose anew. I, Yol of Londo, do solemnly swear myself to you.
Sorry about the little transition there. My game stopped for some reason. Anyways, Yol of Londor is a very unique NPC who you will find back in Firelink Shrine. And what he does is every time you die, I think it's 2 or 3 times, you can get a level up from him for free up to 5 levels. And I got some homeward runs there. But those levels, if you choose to take them all the way up, they will make you look like beef jerky, for a lack of a better way to put it. You'll get all wrinkled and you'll look like a zombie. That's a good way to put it. You'll look like a zombie throughout the rest of the game, and also you'll only be able to summon one phantom, or 2 if you use the knuckles. So I'm not going to be using him. However, you can get some unique items if you go with that, including a unique end to the entire story. And I'll explain how to do that, but I won't be myself doing it. Okay, from here, I don't need to rest of the bonfire as I didn't take any damage. Just run through this door. Not much to do here. Just watch out as you're going through the store, because this guy's attacks can come out of nowhere. He's being pretty passive right now, surprisingly, but check for drops. Grab this. It is a small leather small leather shield. It's really good for parrying. Ooh, I just got some major frame drop. What's going on? Odd. Pretty sure my computer just tried to update or something. Now, if you recall previously, we saved a little, what are they called? Thrall-looking guy. Oh man, I'm blanking on names today. We saved him, and he basically told us to get the bone, or told us to find Loretta in the Undead settlement, which is where we are. And if you knock this over, you'll find that upon looting it, you'll get a bone of Loretta. And also, if you stand here, this is a very nice tactic to get rid of some of these guys. Kind of aim towards this direction. Might take a couple attempts, but kind of aim and... Oh, close. Oh, come on, that didn't... As I said, a couple of attempts. Oh, well. Nice. Basically a really easy way to get rid of 5 people without risk of taking damage. 5 or 6 people. Grab that, that's going to come in handy. Clumps. And then if you're careful, you can usually... I, again, apologize for that. My computer, as you probably noticed if you've seen any of my other videos, does not work very well handling Dark Souls. But onward we go. So we plunge attack that guy. These guys are pretty easy if you get them quick. Upon getting near here, this guy will get down. He will try to attack you. Keeping your shield up and kind of just walking around or letting them hit you is a really good way to just avoid, getting hit by them. Okay, so as said previously, we will grab Loretta's bone. Why is it still up there? I'm gonna have to go back and check the footage. I'm pretty sure I hit it. What? Ooh. Ooh. Well, I think the thing kicking us out may have broken the game. What's this wire? What? Huh. Well, Dark Souls 3, everybody. Anyways, aggression at first with these guys is best. Even if you take a few hits, just heal it off. Do not get hit by this lady, as she can destroy you pretty easily, and deal with anybody who's, you know, getting in the way, especially the passive ones, giving good opportunities. Rolling her strikes and backstabbing is probably the easiest way to take her out. She has a lot of poise, so trying to trade with her is not a good idea. But for your trouble, you'll get an Estus Shard, and that totally makes it worth it. And grab this back here, it's a Soul of an Unknown Traveler. And then attacking either one of these two will cause the other one to attack. And you can grab this, which is never. See, this is why I like these straight swords. You can attack quickly, deal a lot of damage. They're just an overall good weapon. So right now I'm just gonna plunge attack this gentleman right here, and then kill this guy. And so there's two ways you could go from here. There's the way I usually go in my runs, which is this way, or there's this way, which this is the way I'm going to show you first, as it leads. It's probably a shorter way to go. It gets less stuff. Nice shot, buddy. It gets less stuff, but it has a covenant attached to it. There's a little bit more to explore. I will go the other way once I've opened everything up here. Always check around the corners in Dark Souls. That's an imperative of the game, because you never know what's just waiting for you. This guy's a little bit tougher, so just keep swinging. And the shortcut here, you can open up. Then I will point this out later, where we come out. But for now, if you go that way, right underneath. That was weird. Right. Oh, that's why it was weird. Right underneath that thing is where the A bonfire is. So it's a pretty short walk if you decide to go this way. I'm going to backtrack a little bit and go around this direction. Heal. Going this direction, be sure to keep your shield up, because as you can see, there are thralls everywhere, and my shield is not helping. Whew. Hey. So yeah, there's just a ton of thralls around here. This place, they kind of went from Dark Souls 2 and did strength in numbers. Oh, I chose a bad time to attack. Or a good time, depending on how you look at it. Okay, so just grab a couple things. Grab... Ooh, Titanite Shard, that's good. Okay, so we are back. Computer decided to be dumb again, and had me thrown off a cliff. So I think I resolved that problem, so that shouldn't happen again. But you never know. Technology is just not working with me today. Anyways, the reason I came back over here, you grab those fire bombs, 6 of them. Ooh, my mistake. Coming down here wasn't really necessary, but I thought I should have killed that guy. But like I said, probably not necessary. So anyways, all that to say, you go up here. Oh wait, I almost forgot. Worst shield in the game, everybody. This guy's friendly and he
Another
talks
Nana
to you.
disappeared.
Sir Granton carries a cage. He ever has his cage.
And Nana's never coming back. So come into the cage and become Nana's shade.
And that's kind of a hint of sorts as to what you're supposed to do next. I don't know. I think killing him only gives you like a couple souls. He doesn't actually have any drops. Let me grab those. And then before going back down there, see that guy over there? He is not somebody you want to attack. But he is somebody you want to, well, examine. But first I'm going to get this. This is a ring. I'm probably not going to be able to get it because you have to... Oh, I got it. Stone plate ring. Yep. And that gives you extra protection against fire damage. Then you go behind this guy, press examine. The cutscene plays out. And this is not a new area. It's just a little spot. You get dropped here. This place will become more familiar a little later on, but as you come over here, this guy will apparently appear out of thin air, and you can talk to him.
Well, what's up? This pit is for hollows, not for the likes of you sane folk. Or perhaps you are a hollow, posing as otherwise? Yes, then we are just fine. It's important to know who you are. But we'll all be mad soon enough. And should you be undead, well, all the more so. Beware, the shackles of the gods are fragile. You might need this. Etch it on your heart if you feel your sanity slipping. Come here to pile up your victims, for that will form your anchor. You'll see when you go mad. They'll be your family. You'll go mad one day, but not today. Take my advice. Use this bone and leave this place. This pit is for hollows, and for the occasional madman fond of piling up victims. You've better things to do, I'd hope.
That is Sir Holy Knight Hodrick, who we will meet later as an enemy, and we had just acquired the Moundmaker's Covenant. The Moundmaker's Covenant is unique in that if you put down a white sign with the Covenant equipped, you will get summoned, or could get summoned, into somebody else's world, and you can either help them by defeating enemies, or you can attack them. So, the whole idea about the Moundmakers is they're supposed to be crazy, and you can get 2 rewards by sitting at this and offering vertebrae shackles, which I don't think I have any. But 10 will get you... I think that's the one that gets you the katana. I forget what the name of it is, but I believe it's the katana that it also injures you while you're using it. But I believe it's the highest AR, other than maybe the frayed blade. So it's a pretty decent katana. And then if you give 30, you get the Miracle Warmth, or the Pyromancy Warmth, rather, which will heal you over time. So the only way to get out of here, other than hitting him and dying, which I'm not going to do, is using a homeward bow. So I'm actually going to go to the Shrine Bonfire and level up a bit. Okay, so I, for now, have the Vitality Oh, it's just taking a while to load. I was like, wait, where is everybody? I have the Vitality I need, so that's not prioritized over Endurance anymore. Now I'm going to try to level them up equally between the two. First I'm going to reinforce my Estus twice, I believe. That puts me at a pretty big power boost. I'm going to reinforce my weapon. No, I cannot. And I cannot do anything else here quite yet.
Works very well. Then take
If you don't know if you're going to use a soul or a soul of a boss or not, I just keep it with you instead of throwing it out or using it. Although, if you know you're not going to use it, then definitely use it, because that's basically a level up right there, or almost one. Ludith is up there, and we are going to get him the transposing kiln soon, so that he can actually do his job. Only thing he's good for. And then we are going to go right back to the Undead settlement. So here we are back in the Undead settlement. You can see where I am. This is where we were before. I'm going to go down the other way, the way I usually go now. First, I'm going to take these guys out, just so they don't sneak up behind me. This guy kind of runs. Again, perks with the straight sword before... You can usually get your attacks out before anybody else can, so it's very nice. Since I have the fire bombs, I'm just going to use one too. Draw this guy's attention, that'll make him easier. If you go in there, you can beat them both pretty easily. However, there is the chance, a pretty big chance, that if you miss one, then you have two people chasing you down and attacking you. It's not fun. So be wary of these cage guys. As you see, they don't hurt. This one doesn't hurt me, but there he is. That's gonna get me killed one day. Yeah, if you go close to some of them, they'll start attacking you. I'm gonna go back up here. You can go through that door. Initially, I chose not to. I wanted to kill the thralls first. But I can get a large soul of a desiccated corpse or desiccated corpse, and then some charcoal pine resin. This is another one that will attack you. I do not have a good weapon for these guys. It's hard to space them. The broadsword's a pretty short weapon. There's a door up there that you can open that will lead you out. I didn't need it, so I didn't get it. This is Estus Soup. It works basically like an Estus Flask. I think it heals you more than an Estus Flask, and it's a one-time use. It will rejuvenate every time you set it in a bonfire, but it's just nice to drink. And then you get the Warrior of Sunlight Covenant. This is one of the best covenants of the game. It's one of the biggest things about Dark Souls. The most iconic things is the whole concept of jolly cooperation. I don't know if it says it here. It does not, but basically, it's if you want to help people, this is the covenant you're going to be in. If you want to help people beat bosses, go through areas, just be cooperative with people, then you're going to want to be in the Warrior's Sunlight. I'm gonna equip it just cause, why not? And I'm gonna continue with that. This guy, you can see by his red eyes, he's a little tougher. He does hit through shields. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, like I said, a little bit tougher. These two also are enemy ones. Man, I hit and I still... Like I said, if you're using the broadsword, those guys are difficult. So I'm gonna go down here first. I'm gonna backtrack a little bit in a second, but you will be getting continuously shot at by that lady up there. So staying indoors where she can't hit you is a good thing while you're trying to kill these guys. Although stay away from the walls. This guy can hit you with through the wall. And the good thing to remember about these guys is rolling almost always staggers them if you do it right on them. Ooh, I got myself into a bad situation here, but dealt with it. And you can get the whip. I don't really like the whip. I've never really used the whip. You can't parry the whip, which is basically the only thing it has going for it. It's fine. I don't know what else to say about it. It's a whip. So she's up there. She's just going to keep spamming. While she's doing that, I'm just going to go all the way around here. Back to where I was. And most people miss this. I did for a couple times. But you can actually go through here. It's a little bit of a shortcut. You don't have to run past all those guys. Grab this. And the trick to getting down there safely is you want to kind of run against this so you fall like that. You will take fall damage unless you have a cat ring, but you get a Titanite shard, which you could have got if you went this way anyways. But it's just a nice little shortcut. You get a soul out of it. And the way to get up to her, assuming she doesn't fall off, is going the slider. Now watch what she's doing and kind of stay behind this. Again, backstabs are easiest. Sometimes you can knock her off and then you can just plunge attack her. Plunge attacks do as much damage as a backstab. Just not very hard to kill. But you can get another Titanite shard out of this. So, that's nice. And then you just go back down. And then be prepared to run here for two reasons. One, if you run here, you can drop here. And then this. And then you're also going to want to run for this. I don't know if I can... I didn't manage to get it. Anyways, if you do manage to get it, that is a sharp gem. The first one you can get in the game. Ooh, a player. And the sharp gem will infuse it with sharp, which is scales with dex better. So if you want a dex build, that is a very necessary weapon. Oop. Wrong. What do we have here? Well, I don't think I'm going to be summoning her, or it, or him, or whatever that is. I said her first because the armor. Oh, you can parry these guys, they're tough. Ooh. You can also parry that move, which I did not. Ooh. It's hard to do with this weapon. It's easier with an actual parrying weapon. So this is Hodrick. You can remember Hodrick from that Mad Knight. You'll see here he's purple. That's because he is a mound maker. I'm gonna stop trying to parry that move. He keeps... Ooh. As you see here, I'm trying to be fancy. It is very much not necessary to be this fancy. However, spamming away at him is also not a good idea because he can parry you with his shield out. But that even was a risky maneuver because he couldn't parry me there. So this is warmth. Make sure he stays out of it. He'll be continuously regenning his life. Oh, there we go. There's the parry I was looking for. And that is one Hodgek down. If you're low on Estus, you can sit back at the bonfire. Ooh, there's another person here. Well, at least this one isn't completely inappropriate. But I'm just going to go continue on ahead. I do not need to summon right now. There's nothing much over here. Another way, if you didn't want to drop, you could have... Actually, never mind, I don't need it. I was considering getting the Titanite Lizard. I forget if they spawn in if you sit at the bonfire again. You might have to die and reload the area. Or quit reload the area. Well, whatever the case, we don't need it. We're not doing a dex build. So, through here, you're going to want to be very careful. As you could hear, you couldn't really see it, but as you could hear, an arrow just flew by us, and that arrow will start tracking. And you can listen for the cues if you're used to this. And the arrow can help you clear out some of these people. I'm gonna go back here. I'm gonna try to get some more of those, but you can grab these, the Mortician's Ashes, and they'll get you some. Okay, good. Be careful getting here, as there's a very tough enemy. This guy can kill you if you're not careful. And then you can get the cleric set with a shield. You go back here and they're all dead. Get the reinforced club, pretty decent weapon. Scales well with strength. Ah, managed to get me. And you're pretty much safe in here. If you go close to the walls, you could get hit, but... like that. Exactly like that. Oh, by the way, I just collected a bone shard. Those are extremely important as they increase the amount of health each Estus recovers. You can turn around and make a jump here, and you can get the Great Scythe. Not as good as it was in Dark Souls 1. I actually don't think I've even used it very much. I haven't seen it being used either. I think the other scythes are considered better. For instance, Freed Scythe, much better, and the Corvian Scythe. They're both better weapons. Now, from here you have two directions you can go. Right there is the boss room. Right over here is the continuation of an area. Now, note this boss is optional. You don't need to kill it. You could just leave it there. It'll be there for, the whole game. The only benefit to killing it now, other than getting a few extra levels, is you get the transposition kiln, which lets you make boss weapons. So if you have a boss weapon that you want in mind, for instance, for its hammer, now would be the time to kill the boss. The boss itself drops its soul, and you can get two weapons from it. One, the Astor Spear, is okay. The Hollow Slayer is the other one, and that is a fantastic top tier weapon. I probably will be killing this boss pretty soon. I'm going to open the next area first and kind of show you the rest of this, and he's probably going to be the finisher for this area. You can run there and drop attack that guy, we'll instant kill him. He got a hit on me, which is kind of unusual, but it's fine. Try not to deal with those guys for now. It's not really necessary. Ooh, what's my guy doing? Odd. Characters glitching up all over the place. If you go back here, you can get this, the large soul, but beware is one of these guys. And you'll notice how I was facing this direction and then I locked on and it auto-turned me and blocked for me. That's why you need to learn the auto-targeting, or the targeting mechanic. It's just super, super helpful. Now, first I'm going to deal with all the people in this area. These guys, again, they're tough. And they can just destroy your stamina. Don't try to trade with them. You will not lose or not win unless you have an incredibly heavy weapon. Oop, see, that's what you get for trying to trade with them. I get. If they're not facing your direction, they're not really a problem. However, if you're far away, they'll throw their pots at you. That just, if you don't have your shield up, it'll just destroy you. And then they'll pull out their machete you saw earlier. Be very careful here. You can hear the steps up above. There's people up there with fire bombs, and they'll start throwing them. And then if you go close to these things, I'm trying to have them activate them, but they will explode on you. They don't do much damage each time they hit, but go along here behind this, and you'll see this guy. He's not too much of a. He's not a threat. He can push you off. Just one hit him. Get the fire clutch ring. That will increase your fire damage by 10%, I believe, at the cost of taking more fire damage. Over there, you can see the door we opened. That was a shortcut. So we went a huge roundabout way. If you were trying to run as fast as you could, this would be the way you would want to go. But be warned, that door to the boss only opens from the other side. So you had to come this way, the way I came, to even get to that boss. So that's why I usually go that route. And another way to the bonfire, all you have to do is drop down there. But I'm going to show you the speedrunner's route, which you just sprint, you never roll. You just... Oh crap, they're aiming for me. Just sprint at this, and it will just drop you there. And this is where the bonfire is. Now, kind of hurry through here. The bombs can hit you as you go through here. And I got another Titanite shard, and I believe that means I have enough. Yeah, 6. So I have enough to level up my weapon once again, which I will do in a second. But I'm gonna finish this area. Right here you can see we have the bonfire, which is why I came over here before defeating the boss. The boss isn't too hard, and on our boss list I put it, I think, the second worst boss in Dark Souls 3. Just because it's not a hard boss, it's kind of interesting design. It's just not difficult. These are the guys that were throwing the bombs, so I dispatched them. There's another guy right here. And past them, we get to Cornix.
Aha! Unkindled, are we? Welcome to my abode. I am Cornix, an old pyromancer. A crow in his cage, as you see now. But here we are, an encounter for the ages. I hear the unkindled make for fine vessels. Care to learn some pyromancies from this old man?
Most wise. A chance encounter should not be squandered. To reiterate, I am Cornix of the Great Swamp. The pleasure is mine.
And we will see him back at Firelink. So, you can grab the hand axe. It's good if you're doing a strength build. It's not one of those things that you're going to want for a really long time. It's not, like, too good. It's fine. And I also forgot one of these things that you're going to want to get. If you look up, you'll notice... If you look up, you'll notice that there's a body hanging there. And I think the best way to take it down... probably a throwing knife. I do it. It's kind of hard to aim for that. Oh, but I got it first try. And you could grab the partisan, which is a decent spear weapon. It's okay. I don't usually use spears, but it's fine for what it is. I'm going to go back down, take the shortcut, and we are going to go level up.